a thing. Just watch as I crucify myself. That song's in my head now because I just listened to it over on TikTok Live. Okay, let's see. Trying to get everything set up. I try to read comments on here. Totally forgot to get my magnifier. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. We're trapped in a corner. And we're trapped in a corner. Because that's just how my setup is. Hi, guys. What a chaotic beginning, as per usual. I'm Alyssa. Welcome. How are y'all doing? I decided to go live and talk about Stranger Things, and y'all can comment. We can discuss. You can tell me what you thought. There are going to be spoilers for sure. So, please dip out if you don't want spoilers. You gotta get out now. I got the sound on, so yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. That's why I was really confused. So this might not make sense to you all, but I went live the other day and I had it like the straight and narrow way. I don't know, the long way, like not flipped this way. It was the other way. So I had it the other way, and my comments were like over on this side of the screen, and that's my screen's busted on my iPad. This is what I'm reading your comments on. So the screen on this side's busted, and the screen on the right side is not. I'm already legally blind, so my eyeballs are already busted, right? So like I'm already looking through some busted screens. And on top of that, it was like a busted screen looking through another busted screen. And then I was just like, girl, I can't keep up with all of this. On top of a magnifier that just died. It just died. Welcome to Alyssa's Live, where things die a lot. Technology in particular dies a lot. This comment is wild. Sister something. You're crazy for that. You're crazy girl. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go plug this in. I'll be right back. Because why would I start a live normally? Okay, sad fact, I'm back. That's your first sad fact. Second really sad fact. Both of my magnifiers are gonzo. And I have a third one, and I have no idea where it's at. So we are completely blind, cannot see chat. So we're starting out strong, y'all. I can't read chat right now. There's quite a few of you in here. Can't speak now. So sorry. Let's see if I can make this work. This is what I used to do in high school. I used to take my handy dandy phone and magnify into stuff. And would you look at that? It's very blurry. Would you look at that? It's really hard to read. Here's what I can do though. Let's see. I'll screenshot y'all's comments. Thank you. and zoom in this way. So, hey there. So sorry. Do I like your PFP? Honestly, you're very funny. And it's a Blade of Sun. I don't know. Blade of Sun, what is up? Thank you for being in here. I'm always a mess, Blade of Sun, as you can tell, never prepared. Um, so thank you. Thank you so much. I'm just talking about Stranger Things. So if y'all are down to talk about that today, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get right into it. I'm not gonna check chat. I'll check it every so often by taking screenshots on my phone and zooming in. Because my magnifiers both died. Um, Imagine having to charge your eyeballs like randomly, and I have two of them, just like eyeballs, I guess. But sometimes they die, and then I just have to chill and wait for them to revive until I can do something using sight outside of my phone. Welcome to being legally blind. So, have you all watched episode 1 through 3? I've not watched episode 4 yet. I would have watched them all the first night, but my boyfriend was getting on my ever loving nerves. I love that man. Love that man so much. But I was like, if you touch time while I'm trying to concentrate, murder. Okay? Um, and he's like, oh my god. But he was like so hyper and he's just like jumping around. And I'm like, will you? I'm trying to pay attention. So we watched the first two episodes the first night it came out. And I was like, okay, you're like hyper, you're killing me, Smalls. And then I watched the third one. I've like been this close to watching it without him, but I've not done that. So yesterday when we got home, I was like, hey, let's watch the third episode. Bada bing, bada boom, we did that. And tonight I'm gonna make him watch the fourth episode because I want to see it. I'm so excited for this. Hello, Robert. Okay, I'm so excited for this to end because one, it's gonna be like I need to know what happens. I'm just ready to know what happens. I'm super excited for it to be like over. Not really because like I mean I like this show a lot, so I'm glad it's back. But I'm glad that we're getting an end. Um, I hope that makes sense. Really love it, but happy it's finally coming to an end and we get closure and you know we know what's going on. So I'm trying to think of exactly what happens in each episode. Episode 1 started off so much better than I thought it would. Like I've been kind of worried. I'm like, how are we gonna do like a year and a half jump cut? Like, are we gonna be in a weird apocalyptic world, right? Like, cause that's what it left you thinking. Like, everything's gonna go to shit, and Hawkins is just gonna be like, everyone's dead. So, I was like, how the hell are they gonna open this back up? But then people were speculating because they were showing school scenes and stuff still. So people were like, how are we like going to school with like all this stuff going on? This is how. And I love that they just like they just said, let's put a band-aid. Let's just put a band-aid over that big ass hole in the ground. That'll be fine. Um, but like me and Dan were watching it, and I was like, it kind of makes me annoyed that the government's just like, we must use L, like, and they can't just simply like work together. He's like, well, that's they want to capture her. I'm like, I know, but it's like, my God, let's just use our brains and be like, okay, cool. How about we befriend them? Let's not try to like lock people up and capture them for their powers. Why don't we befriend them? Because we're both trying to do the same shit. So it's like, why? Why are we working against each other? It's that's annoying to me. It's just very annoying because, but it's also like real life, like the governments and stuff. It's like y'all are so fucking stupid and don't know how to communicate and help each other out. So like it doesn't shock me, and that's actually what would happen for sure because people in charge are usually really fucking stupid and don't know how to communicate properly and don't know how to actually sacrifice nice things for the greater good. So that makes sense to me. But it was still making me so mad. I'm just like, can we? Because it's just unnecessary. It's so unnecessary. And it's like, we could have help. We could have more help. But again, it's like real life, and maybe that's why I was getting so triggered watching it because I'm like, oh my god, we could be on the same side. So that was one thing that I was just like, it was annoying me. Not about like the actors or acting and stuff. I loved and I enjoyed um, Hopper and Elle going into the Upside Down to well, not together, but I enjoyed their scenes together after she goes in after he's like, please don't. She's like, I'm gonna do it anyway. That was just so precious to see them working together the way they are now. Um, and then I'm trying to think of some other stuff that I really. Everyone's talking about how they love Robin and Will together. I agree. I absolutely love their friendship. Me saying them together, they're not together, obviously, but I love their screen time together. And like him kind of having a mentor now of like, oh, how do I figure out if someone's into me when it's a scary thing to let someone know, especially in the 80s. So I think that was really cool. And then I love her line where she's like, I knew it was your bowl cut. And then he like roasts himself and he's like, yeah, nobody really has these anymore. At the Duffer Brothers. Why the fuck do I still have one? But a lot of people had a really good. Hold on, I think you're just spamming in here. A lot of people had a really good analysis of that, like Jonathan and Will's haircuts, because like they're both. They come from like a single mother home and their dad doesn't really help out, so like her cutting their hair themselves makes sense. But now it's like, okay, but like if we're all living with each other, you would think, I don't know. I don't know. I was still like, why are we all living together? And Dan's like, well, their house got destroyed. I'm like, okay. It's been a year and a half. Like we couldn't have got a camper, um, like a nice little camper to plug in to the outside of the like we. I don't know that part. I was like, I mean, I get it, but it's also like, why we still living with each other? Couldn't we have figured a little something else out? Will had powers, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm glad y'all are agreeing. I'm sorry I'm missing. You said I'm gonna say random things. Okay. So, yes. So Will, I have not watched episode 4. I've gotten spoilers though, which is why, because I'm like chronically on TikTok. I'm chronically online, and my boyfriend doesn't understand that. I'm like, boy, I go live. Like, something's gonna get spoiled, and it did. And that's okay. I'm not like, listen, I'm not like somebody that's like, how dare you spoil it? I'm like, go right ahead. Because, like, I'm still super excited about what's happening. Um, so, yes, Will having powers. Um, I was loving connecting it to Holly. Because I was like, okay, like, when he looked up and, like, the sky's spinning, I was like, okay, I do not like this camera. Like, I don't like the spinning commotion going on. We hate this choice. But I mean, it makes sense, because she was on a merry-go-round. And so when it cuts to her on the merry-go-round looking up, I was like, oh, and I was like, so Will's connected to Holly. Oh my god. And my boyfriend's like, what? I was like, pay attention. So, I thought Will, like, I thought he was gonna be connected because I know he has a connection to Vecna, but like to me at first I was like, ooh, is he gonna just be connected to the victims of Vecna? Like, is he gonna now be able to like just also like not possess, but like I was wondering if Will was also gonna be able to like almost like project into their minds and be like, hey, and also do what Vecna does. And like at first I was like, that would be a cool concept. I like now that like we know he's just seeing through what Vecna sees. But yeah, at first I was like, is Will gonna be able to also be like an imaginary friend to these kids and like show up and be like, hey, don't listen to this homeboy. Um so I was really wondering how they were gonna like tie that in. But I mean I like this better because I'm like that would get confusing and complicated to also have Will be like a Vecna or be like a Henry and like show himself. But yeah, I thought for a second that was gonna be where it was going, and then I was like, I know Elle couldn't reach Max, but I thought he was gonna be able to somehow. Like I don't know, that was just a thought that I had at first, and then I was like, okay, this makes a lot more sense. Really digging that, and I kind of like. I'm gonna have to go back and see the previous seasons, but like Joyce is kind of like Joyce and Jonathan and Steve, I feel like are really dumbed down. Um, like Joyce, not so much after like watching the third episode because I was like, okay, like cool, we're finally. She's admitting some fault and she's just like, I just want to keep you safe, which like obviously, but I don't like how they're like almost dumbing them down, and then like Jonathan and Steve, I'm like, oh my god, like we kept we kept these children alive and safe all of this time, and now we're pretending like we don't know how, like that. I was just like, what's going on? And I believe that was the second episode that like I'm trying to think of what exactly happened, but I was just like, why are we doing this? And then also like Dustin getting beat up and stuff. I'm like, I feel so bad for Dustin. Um, and I genuinely got like I thought when they were like gonna kill him in the graveyard, I was like, oh, they're actually gonna like kill him. I did not expect him to just be like, hey, like, sorry I missed it. I genuinely like I was like, can we check up on Dustin? Like I thought he was gonna be like laying in the graveyard and they were gonna find him later on or something. Or like when they were like, let's meet at the field, like they were gonna find him there. Like I was just like, what um that was stressing me out. That stressed me out more than anything in the show. Oh, that and the fucking scene when the Wheelers are getting attacked. That stressed me out as well. Like, I was stressed. And see, I think that's why Dan, I was like, sir, can you stop? Like this, I'm invested. I don't hardly get invested in shows, okay? But like my blind ass was like setting crisscross 2 inches from the TV screen, trying to see everything. I was like, what's happening? Going cross-eyed trying to focus in on who's on the screen, and Dan is just like touching my shoulders, playing with my hair, and I'm just like, get off me. So I was the true problem in that situation. you know old Blindy was trying to pay attention, and it's very hard to do already. So I was like on sensory overload, and I'm just like, I need to know what's going down. So that was a few stressful moments in this show that I had. And then Steve with that ring. I was like, what does he have? And Dan's like, I have to ask Dan to be my eyes. I'm like, who's that? What did they show? Like the book. That was a moment that I was like, what they show? And he's like, A Wrinkle in Time. I was like, okay, thank you. Context clues, thank you. So and he's like, what does that mean? I'm like, I don't know, I've never read that book. But I was like, it's about time travel. So hopefully, I don't know if that's gonna have anything to do with it. If it does, fuck, that's gonna suck if they just like go all the way back and they're just like, okay, we time traveled back, we're all safe and fine now. But there was a few moments where I was just like, wait, what did it cut to? So apparently Steve had a ring, and I was like, oh my god, kill me now, cause I don't know, like Nancy has made it clear like she don't want to be like her mama. She don't want to be like her mama. She don't want to settle down and have kids. She wants to like go be a career woman. So like part of me is scared that like Nancy is gonna I don't know. I don't want to say that like Nancy's gonna sacrifice herself for the family, but I don't know because she has constantly been like I don't want to be like my mom, but maybe this is gonna be like almost a turnaround um, because of her mom protecting Holly the way she did. Like that was so brave and like so um like I feel like Nancy never saw her mom as like a fighter like that. So like maybe she's going to be like, whoa, like mom's actually a badass who is more of an asset to this cause for one, as we know, and then like maybe she kind of starts seeing herself in her mom more as like, okay, maybe um being in love isn't such a terrible thing. I don't know. But him having the ring, I'm just like, what the fuck? Um, what is happening? There was a quote that I was gonna mention that I absolutely loved, and now I can't even think of it. Oh my god. Now I can't even think of it. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. It was one of my favorite quotes because I was like, wow, that's hilarious. They're keeping the comedy, and I'm really excited about that. I think going into this, I was worried that there was going to be like zero humor for some reason. But I think it was because we left off at like a very intense point where you think you're just going to come back in and people are just going to be like, oh yeah. People are just going to be dying left and right, and it's just going to be like no room for humor. So, I do kind of wish, I don't think they explained like where Argyle went. I wish we would have just got like, oh, homeboy saw the crazy snow and dipped out. I wish we would have got like one scene with Argyle of being like, hell no, I ain't doing this shit. Um, oh, adios muchachos. Like, I wish we would have got one scene with Argyle to just end that narrative. And I think gosh, I think it was something Erica said because Erica is so fucking funny. I love her ever since she popped up on screen. I was like, yes, ma'am, give me more Erica. Let me read some of your comments before I continue. Again, I'm so sorry. My magnifier died. I can't read them in real time. I'm zooming in on my old phone that's broken. Jonathan? No, he said Steve had a ring, not Steve. Oh. You liked Argyle? I know Argyle was amazing. No, when maybe it was Jonathan, but I thought it was when Steve was talking to Murray, and I was like, what does he have? And he was like, a ring, and I was like, the fuck. Um, so that's why I was so confused because I was like, why does Steve have a fucking ring? But where Murray gets all of the equipment and like smuggles them stuff in, that was whenever like he was like, you need to tell her, like he was like being really aggressive, and Nancy's like, I will shoot you if you don't stop talking. Um, that's whenever I was like, wait, what does Steve have? And then Dan was like, a ring. And I was like, oh shit, like, why? What? So, I don't know. Very weird. But, Erica, love her so much. She, when she was, when she was serving that pie, I me and Dan both like lost it because she was like, "I told you to eat the pie." I was like, "Erica, what the fuck?" Like that actress is so good. She is so good at what she does. Um, and I'm pretty sure it was an Erica line that I cannot think of. That was so fucking good. Oh my god, what is it? I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna think of it later. I was thinking of it when, oh my god, and then Ted was cracking me up with his, like, dag nabbit and all of that. I was like, that is so. Ted, like, not, like, refusing to curse even when he's being, like, thrown against a wall. I'm like, that's, yes, Ted, that gives me life that you're sticking to that. You're sticking to the wholesomeness. Um, so man, I can't think of what line that I thought of earlier. If you think of one that you really liked, let me like comment down here and I'll read them out. Your favorite lines that came out of this show. Um, because there was a lot. There was a lot of really good ones. And then when Dustin drilled a hole into Steve's car, that was another good one. Um, Steve was like trying to make the van like lighter. And Dustin's like, "Oh, it can go in any vehicle, bitch." Um, I don't know why they're so. I don't know. It's again, it's like it's been a year and a half. I don't like that they're still like this tense with each other. Um, and like I get that, like, like Dustin's grieving obviously, but yeah, I don't like that there's still like a lot of that tension between the friend group, which it's good that they're showing because like obviously that was bound to happen. Dustin's gonna be like feeling more for Eddie than the rest of them, I guess, but it's very weird. Oh, okay. Jonathan was going to. Why is it? Okay, it's like breaking this up really weird. Okay. Got you. Got you, got you, got you. Okay. Thank you for explaining that to me because Dan was just like, oh, Steve has a ring. I was like, so thank you so much for explaining to the blind girl what's going on. Um, that's actually really helpful to know. Who is my favorite? Oh man, who is my favorite character? Oh man. It that's let me okay. Give me a second. Give me a second to think. I love Erica. I fucking love Erica so much. But from season 5 so far, I've not watched the fourth episode, so keep that in mind. Um, but from season 3, or the first 3, not season 3, Jesus Christ, where is my brain right now? From the first 3 episodes, not season 3, from first 3 episodes. Without watching the fourth episode, my favorite character in the season is probably like Lucas is a fucking sweetheart. I love Lucas. Um, na, 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 na. I'm gonna have to say Will so far. I think it's just because I'm really glad that he's having this like coming into his power and like being useful. That sounds really mean. Um I think ever since he got like taken and stuff, he's kind of felt like he's not as much help. Um and so I'm really glad he's trying to like utilize his Vecna spying now. So I'm really excited to see that. I have gotten spoilers, so unfortunately I do know what happens next episode. But I don't want to talk about that until I get there because I was like I haven't seen it, but obviously I don't even know what's going on with the fucking ring, guys. The fucking ring, the most important part of the show. Um, and to me, now I'm wondering though, like, cause I don't know, it doesn't really make sense that Jonathan is like asking for a ring. Now you have me thinking so many other things, and I'm like, did Jonathan ask for the ring to give to Nancy, or did he ask for the ring because Hopper wanted to propose to Joyce? Because to me, that makes so much more sense. That makes a lot more sense for Hopper to propose to Joyce than for Jonathan to propose to Nancy. But again, we've missed the last year and a half, so I don't know. That's now I'm just like, what the fuck? Where'd that come from? Um I'm even more confused now cuz to me, it wouldn't be out of line for Steve to like randomly propose. Like he's a little he's a little gung ho about things. He goes hard, you know? So to me, that makes sense. Jonathan kind of seems like he's just like, oh, I don't know, man. Um, I'm just here until I'm not. Um, but yeah, now I'm even more confused. So that's odd. Moving on, moving on. I'm like Holly's arc. I'm excited that she's now having a bigger role. I'm not excited she got kidnapped, obviously. Um, but I'm excited that she's like finally, like being, I guess, showcased. I don't know. Like, she's finally in the forefront of this story. I, like previous seasons, she's been more she's like been paying attention to what's going on more than her parents, obviously. And I feel bad that like Will and Nancy have just kind of like, I understand why they left her out of these things, obviously, but I again, yeah, I would feel a little bit like unnerved, and everything they were talking about at the hospital, like they're like, we should have tried to get them out. I'm like, uh, yeah, like I, especially Holly, talking about like monsters and having an like the first mention of her imaginary friend, I'd be like, fuck that. No, what's he look like? What's he wearing? Like in the minute they're describing Henry, I'd be like, absolutely the fuck not. Like there's, like what's his real name? Like they're asking their mom at the hospital, but I'm like, none of you thought about, huh? Y'all know he messes with minds. So to me that was like really weird when Mike's like, no, there's no such thing as monsters. I'm like, fuck that shit. I'd be like, who told you? Like, I know she's young, but I'm like, I would be like, okay, well maybe we don't leave her alone tonight. Um, so yeah, there are conversations about like we waited too long. I'm like, yeah, what? You guys have been dealing with this for, I don't even know how many, I was gonna say 10 years. It's not been 10 years in the show, but like, you guys have been dealing with this So yeah, I don't like that aspect of the story because in real life, Mike and Nancy would be like, absolutely the fuck not. They'd be radioing to each other like, our little sister knows some shit, and then everybody would be like, yeah, we gotta protect these motherfuckers. So like I understand it's moving the plot forward, but like, there's no way. Absolutely no way. If I was Mike or Nancy and I had a little sibling after experiencing all of that, and they came to me and they said, somebody's been telling me that monsters are gonna kill everybody, I'd be like, all hands on deck, bitches. Like, shit's about to hit the fan, shit's about to go down. So that, like, that's, I'm like, yeah, there's no way that they, but I'm gonna buy into it for the plot. I'm buy into it for the plot. And they immediately were like, we fucked up on that part, so oopsies. So I love Holly's storyline though. I love that she's like having this weird arc, and I love that Max is there. And I'm so excited to get more Max. And I can't wait for the next episode because I was like, oh my god, Max is in the cave, bitches. Hey, hey. And that's truly how I feel. We ended the episode. I'm like, hey, Max is back. Hey, Max is back. We love Max. So that makes me happy that we're getting Max at least in this weird wherever the fuck they are. And somebody was talking about that. They were like, where are we? Like, where is this weird place? Are we in Vecna's mind? Like, um, which again, I haven't watched the next episode, so I don't know. But like, is that big wall like hiding the kids? And the kids are like, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't watched episode 4, so I can't talk about it until I've watched it, but still. Um, I think I saw a girl talking about like how she's watched all of them and she's still like, I don't know where this like really nice house is that Henry is going to. So I'm like, okay, maybe we still don't know. Maybe we still don't know. And I got a few spoilers for the next episode, but I again will wait to talk about it. But one of them, I was kind of like, ooh, theory. Um, let's see. Your favorite is Robin. Okay, Robin is really cool this season. I'm glad she's getting a lot. And like it was very iconic to open the show. Well, not open the show, but it was very iconic to recap with Rock and Robin. Like that was such a good way to recap. And I was like, hell yeah. I love this because usually I hate when people are just like, remember a year and a half ago when we got back here and the earth like shattered. I hate when it's like very awkward conversations where it's like blatantly trying to fill us in on like what all we've missed. So I was like, this is a genius way to do that. It is Jonathan. Okay, thank you. Thank you for telling me this. Like this is such a plot that's like Fuck, Murray gave Jonathan um tape. Okay. And said okay. Hmm. All right. I'm trying to read this, but my phone's being weird now. He said engaging because of the ring. All right. Well, we'll see where that plot takes us. That's so weird though to me. I don't like it. I don't like it. But, maybe I don't see Nancy saying it. I don't see her like sticking around. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. But like I said, maybe she will. Maybe she'll be like, my mama's a fighter and a wife, and so will I be that too. So will I be that too. Word vomit. Hello. So I think that's all I have to say about episode 1 to 3, or as I called it earlier, season 3. That's all I have to say about episode 1 through 3. And I'm still trying to think of that last freaking the line that I was thinking of that I thought was so funny, and now I can't think of it. So I'm like, well, maybe it wasn't that funny, girl. Maybe it wasn't that funny. I know a lot of people have talked about how funny Derek is. um, with his like weird one-liners, but to me, I'm just like, ugh. Ugh, Derek, you little brat, bullying Holly. The one-liner probably came from Erica, because she is just quite possibly one of the most, like, the best timed comedic actresses, I guess is what I'm trying to say, for such a young age. I think she's really good. Uh, she has really good comedic timing. Just like Gaten, I think he's really funny. Um, I I mean, he's like brooding this season, but he still has like, I love how he's just like a smart ass character, you know. Um, so he's like, you really have to like figure this out. It's not that hard to figure out. So, um, you know, again though, I don't like how they're like making Steve and Jonathan. It's almost like they can't pay attention, and I'm like, he is laying these things out for you, and it is like, okay, why aren't you just like paying attention to this child who is trying to teach you how to do these things? Because like, what if something happens to Dustin? It's like, what are y'all gonna do? Just be like, oh, none of us know how. So I do kind of hate that like Steve is just like, I don't know how to do this stuff. Because it's like, okay, well maybe we could have been studying that this whole time. So maybe I did have more to say about this show than I thought I did. But yeah, I'm like, maybe we could have been working on becoming more like at the beginning it was like Dustin wanted to be more like Steve. So now it's like we could have switched it up, and Steve could have been like really helpful and like been like, okay, Dustin's having a hard time, so I've really had to step up and like learn from him. I think that would have been like smarter, but again, here we are. It's a great fucking show. I'm obviously not a show writer. I'm not the Duffer Brothers. I'm not a fucking billionaire. So, like, who am I to say? I don't even know if they're billionaires. Are they millionaires? Probably millionaires at least. Like, because this show is, like, really fucking popular. So, you know, I'm not making the money they're making, so what do I know at the end of the day? But those are my thoughts. I don't know. I'm trying to think of theories that I might have for what will happen. If you guys have any theories, let me know, because I don't know. I don't know if I have any right now. I'm just like super excited that this is coming about. I don't know who's gonna die. I don't know what's gonna come about, like I said, but I'm excited and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I just hope that whatever happens, we see Elle and Will work together, or even like try to help train the kids to like, you know, um, for good, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I hope we get to see them, and then I hope Max gets to be a bigger part of the next chap. Is it called chapter? I don't know how we're going about this. It's like volume, the next volume. Volume 2, I hope, has more Max, and I hope she gets to reunite with Lucas. I was trying to think of how they were going to bring her back into the, I almost said inside. The upside down, the inside up. I hope they bring her back somehow, to be with Lucas. That is my only wish for next volume because I'm like, I don't want to wait on that any longer. I I just think they're so precious together, and I love Lucas as a character, so super excited about that. I saw the last one. Oh, you saw the last one? Okay. You can listen, I've had it spoiled, so you can say A is back. Okay. I saw that too. I just like I said, I don't want to talk about it because I've not watched it. That was my theory though. Whenever she was trying to figure out what was behind the door and she's like, I think they have Beck now. I was like, or I was like, so, I don't think it's him. And then I was like, who else could it be? So that was one of my theories before I even saw, because I was hoping to God they wouldn't just like disregard that whole plot line. If they would, if it wasn't eight, I was gonna be like pissed because I feel like their writing is so good, and I'm like, we need to tie up every loose end, and that's what they said. So I was kind of like, after hearing the Duffer Brothers say they were tying up all loose ends, and before I saw the spoiler, I was just like, it better be it's like it better be her. So yeah, I'm excited to see her back. Like I said, I got the spoilers. So um I was expecting it though, because I wanted to watch it all the first night. But again, Dan was like, no. No, I'm just kidding. He wasn't like no. He was just hyper. Mama. So the weather is going to be bad tomorrow. Oh, who's saying that? The weather's gonna be bad tomorrow. No, because of a snowstorm. Thank you for the update. Thank you for that update. Let's see. Did I see Sorcerer? I did not. Also, I'm so sorry. Do I like Byler? Oh, that was another question that I got asked. Um, I did like I'm all for it. I'm all for a fun little ship. I've not watched the next episode. Remember, but I've gotten all the fucking spoilers. Okay, I've gotten all the spoilers without really trying. But I'm chronically on TikTok, so I'm not thinking they're gonna get together. I was here for it. I was like, okay, that'd be a little twist. But I feel like having Robin and Vicky, is that her name? See, am I making that name up? Robin and Vicky. That's her name. I really hope that's her name. Um, Having them as like a cute little plot point, I feel like they're not gonna also give us Byler. I don't know, like, and I saw somebody somewhere, they were like, I think Will deserves better, um, and obviously he's into Mike, but Mike does seem like he's just like a really enthusiastic, like sweet friend to Will to me. Now that I've kind of like watched, just their interactions, like he seems like he's just like he knows Will's gay maybe, but he's just like, I'm still your bestie, like despite that, I'm still your ride or die bestie. Because I have guy friends like that, like we're not romantic in any way, but it's like they're the sweetest fucking people. And, you know, like, I feel like it's the same with Will and Mike. And I feel like Will just has, like, a cute little crush on Mike, but doesn't, like, I don't know. I think I would be shocked if Byler happens. And, you know, it could happen. You never know. But I would be very shocked if Byler happens, because um, I just feel like Will is almost like, I don't want to say too good for Mike. I feel like he's just gonna be like really. He needs somebody. Somebody said he needs somebody to take care of him. And I think he needs somebody who's gonna be like just as artistic and um, ready to, you know, venture into the world and stuff like him. And like, you know, I don't know. Um, you never know. You never know what's gonna happen. So they could happen. I'm not against it, but I'm also not like I need it to happen. You know. Don't call my name. Don't call my name. Alejandro. All right, y'all. I hope you guys were still in here when I was trying to answer some questions. I'm so sorry my magnifier died. This is the most comments I've gotten because, of course, my magnifier died, and I genuinely wanted to read them, and my phone's busted, the screen's busted, so we're having a grand old time here. But thank you guys for being in here. If I think of the line that I was thinking of, I'll put it as the cover of this beautiful video. So yeah, I'm still trying to think. I'm like, the hell was I thinking? What was the line? Okay. Thank you guys so much. I don't know why I keep clapping. It's my thing, I guess, right now. I'm just like, thank you. Thank you for being here. Go ahead and like, subscribe. I will watch the 4th episode tonight. I will finish Volume 1 of Season 5. And then I'll come back, and we'll discuss it. And thank you guys for informing the blind girl about the ring situation, because I was very lost on that. So, peace out, Cub Scouts. I gotta get really close to my phone. Hey, it's me. Totally just exited out of the app.